Welcome back to the channel, where we break down the complex forces shaping your financial world. Today, we are dissecting a massive, invisible trap locking up the American housing market. Look closely at Maya. She bought a cozy, modest home years ago, and she is technically sitting on a financial gold mine. But look at her hands. She is physically bound to her chimney by a pair of glowing, heavy golden handcuffs labeled 3.2% rate. Maya actually wants to move. She wants a bigger yard, a quiet home office, and a fresh start. But those shiny cuffs are holding her back, keeping her frozen in place. This psychological phenomenon is called the rate lock-in effect, and it is currently trapping millions of families just like Maya across the entire country. What feels like an incredible financial blessing has slowly mutated into a stubborn, beautiful cage that they simply cannot afford to escape. Let's crunch the hard numbers to understand why Maya is staying put. Right now, she has a standard $250,000 mortgage at her gorgeous 3.2% interest rate, making her monthly principal and interest payment roughly $1,080. If she decides to sell this starter home today and buy a comparable, median-priced $396,800 property, she will have to take out a brand new mortgage at today's current 6% market rate. Even if she rolls over all her hard-earned home equity, her new monthly payment will skyrocket to over $1,900 for a very similar house. That is an extra $820 every single month, vanishing straight into interest expenses without upgrading her lifestyle by a single square foot. For Maya and millions of other homeowners, this is not just an inconvenient market shift. It is an absolute mathematical brick wall that completely paralyzes their mobility, forcing them to wait indefinitely for rates to fall. This rate lock is not just an individual headache for Maya. It is a massive nationwide epidemic. Incredible economic data shows that a staggering 74% of all U.S. homeowners are currently locked into mortgage rates sitting comfortably below 4%. Let that percentage sink in for a moment. Nearly 3/4 of the entire country has zero financial incentive to list their homes for sale. If they sell, they instantly trade a historically cheap loan for a very expensive one. Consequently, this massive rate gap has completely frozen natural, healthy housing inventory. Sellers have vanished from the market, which keeps home prices artificially inflated. Even with buyer demand cratering because of high interest rates, the average national median price stubbornly clings to around $396,800, leaving buyers stranded. The market is completely stuck in a high-interest, high-price paradox, and the golden handcuffs are the primary reason why this real estate gridlock persists. Now, let's look at this from the buyer's perspective. Meet Jordan. He is a motivated prospective buyer carrying a magnifying glass, searching the landscape for any sign of a reasonably priced home. But instead of a vibrant neighborhood, Jordan is wandering through a barren real estate desert. The few houses he sees are locked inside sturdy iron cages labeled "for sale," completely out of reach. Typically, when interest rates rise, buyer demand drops and sellers lower their prices to attract buyers. But today, because sellers are holding on to their ultra-low rates, supply has dropped even faster than demand. This creates a highly unusual market where there is almost nothing to buy, keeping competition fierce for the few homes available. Jordan is left staring at a dry, empty well, wondering how any young buyer can hope to break into the housing market under these harsh, frozen economic conditions. This gridlock is not just about cold math. It is deeply rooted in human psychology. In behavioral economics, there is a powerful concept called loss aversion. Humans hate losing something twice as much as they enjoy gaining it. For Maya, Giving up her ultra-low 3.2% mortgage rate feels like throwing away a winning lottery ticket. Even if she stands to make a massive profit from selling her current home, her brain perceives the loss of that cheap money as an active, painful defeat. We see her clutching a golden ticket labeled 3% rate as if it is a priceless family heirloom, refuse to let go written all over her face. This psychological tipping point overrides logical long-term planning, causing homeowners to stay in properties that no longer fit their family size or lifestyle needs. The golden handcuffs are secured by a powerful combination of financial math and human stubbornness, keeping the entire housing market tightly locked down. So, what will it take to finally break this housing market freeze? Economists point to two major catalysts that could unlock the market. First, interest rates could steadily decline back down toward 5%, narrow the rate gap, and make moving financially tolerable again. Second, and more realistically, simple human life events eventually override any mortgage rate. Financial experts call this the 3 Ds: divorce, death, and debt, along with positive events like marriage or a new baby. Over time, these major life changes force homeowners to unlock their golden handcuffs and put their properties on the market, regardless of interest rates. We see Maya and Jordan shaking hands, finding a mutual agreement. Ultimately, while the golden handcuffs are incredibly strong today, they cannot resist the natural flow of human lives forever. Slowly but surely, the housing market will thaw, unlocking new opportunities for the next generation of homebuyers. As always, appreciate you hanging out today. See you in the next one.